it is difficult. You know, things can go wrong. So I thought, but also I took from that an idea that if I interrupt the economy using a building, then can I actually achieve more? And I put it to test actually. So this is a replay where we did. This is the first game we. I basically told my friends, okay, I'm going to try out this exploit. I've tested it myself. Send them a replay. This is what we do. So I sent my probe right to the base. I've actually built my first pylon in my base, which is what I normally don't do when I play with play in this situation. But you know what? There's a reason behind it, because I want this probe to be free to do whatever he wants. He's not as legendary as the, unless you count economy damage as legendary, but basically all I do, put a pylon down, and you'll notice I've hotkeyed it to number 2 while I build the second pylon, and then I can monitor the health and the building status, and just basically cancel it just in time. And the longer you keep the pylon up, as you can see we're all doing it, the longer you keep the pylon up before you cancel it, the longer you're interrupting your economy without costing yourself too much, because you only get 75% resources back from a cancelled building, as far as I understand. And so yeah, you don't want to do loads of cancelling, and because you're just doing your own economy as much damage, and you can't build the cannons up. But what happens next is, as you can see, the probes have all gone after my second pylon, because you know, it just completely confuses the AI. It doesn't know what to do. It changes priority, so it's coming after my probe at the moment, and but the workers, they're still thinking this pylon needs to go down. So I've got it hotkeyed to number 2, so just gonna cancel it just in time. Probably wasn't even, I don't think I was looking at it. Oh, yeah, I did look at it. Okay, on the occasion, and my probe just playing a bit of spy with the opponent's probes. At this point, just kind of think, you know, I've done what I set out to do. I'm just gonna start attacking up. I'm gonna get stalkers and just finish off the game. But as you can see, you know, we're at the 4 minutes mark, and all 3 of us have done so much damage to the AI's economy that they're just not recovering from it. Normally at this stage they'll have probably, I don't know, 4 to 6 roaches, so making a cannon rush a bit difficult, especially, you know, against Zerg. It's just so tricky. You have to build so far away from the base, but when he's got it doesn't even have circling to defend against the cannon rush, so it's just perfect. It just makes cannon rushing so much easier. As you can see, we finished the game in 10 minutes, which, you know, it can go a lot quicker as well, because you know, we still had to finish off the game with stalkers. If I literally just built cannons around the base, then the game could finish a lot quicker, but you know, we drew Zerg as well, so they can't do that, so I went for stalkers. Anyway, so we know this method works, and I'm going to test it on one last map and show you how you can further use this exploit to, well, just a variation from this exploit. Basically, I'm calling it a pylon exploit, but you can do it with supply depot as well. But what you need to do is you need to halt the production of the building with your SEV, run your SEV away, and basically cancel the building before it gets destroyed, because if you cancel the building while, actually I don't know, you can probably just leave your SEV there and have a second SEV. Yeah, you need a second SEV to build your barracks and your bunkers anyway, so I suppose it doesn't really matter that much, but there's a risk that if you leave the SEV building the supply depot, it might get destroyed, so just be mindful of your terran. And if you're Zerg, I'm pretty certain that Link Rush will work on every single race, basically. I think Zerg is actually the hardest one to Link Rush against because of the second hatchery and second queen coming out, but do you know what? Depends on the map. You can do variation of the Link Rush, and then you can still destroy the tech building so they can't do reinforcements, and you sort it. But you can see on this map, the high ground low ground situation is a bit different, and the 3 AIs are actually quite close to each other. So what we've gone for is actually just one player, in this case Chi White. This is the first time he's done it as well. We've not tested this at this stage. We just thought, do you know what, let's have one player doing the pylon exploit, and the other 2, we're just going to go for a standard build. And so he's going to put out, He's literally thinking, you know what, I managed to get 2 AIs with 1 pylon, can I get all 3? And as you can see, 1 pylon drawing 5 workers from each of the AI, of the mineral line. We're just doing so much economic damage with this one, if anything, this is the legendary probe. And why is it on normal? It should be on faster. Faster, times 2. So yeah, basically, using a simple variation with 1 person, I mean you can rotate around, you guys, deciding who's going to attack up with what unit. I would recommend Void Rays purely because if you play against Zerg and you are going for... But actually, yeah, with this exploit, the point is none of them will have the right tech building because of the economic damage. They don't have time to build any buildings that allows... This Zerg is not going to have a lair, so you can actually go for a DT rush as well. And any stealth units, and they will basically be screwed, because I don't think the Protoss ever gets a chance to build Forge, because it's not a priority building. The priority buildings are the gateways. Get the tech building out, so the cybernetic core, and Forge is kind of like, when you got enough resources, build a Forge. But because of the damage, they can't afford to build a Forge. This Zerg has actually built a hatchery right next to the Protoss starting point as well, so this is going to mess them up quite severely. But as you can see, I'm already building my Void Ray at 4 minutes 50, so current boosting out. My ally, oh, he's got supply blocked, so yeah, it did tell me that actually in the game. So, but yeah, one of the Protoss managed to get Zealots, and yeah, it's getting more Zealots out. So it's not, yeah, it could have gone better, but this one they haven't got any Zealots. Oh no, one. It's finally training the first Zealot, so he's done his work. Oh, he's got a second one as well, so sorry, he's got 2 Zealots, but we've already got 2 Void Rays from me, 1 Void Ray from Tit, and it's basically game over. So as you can see, the exploit, I mean, if we look at the APM, we're not really that high. We're all averaging, you know, overall we're averaging below 50. And that's typically with every single game. I mean, Chihuahua had to do a little bit more micro because of the Pylon exploit. But seriously, I literally was just sitting in my base, chilling out at 41 APM. And in the other replays, I think it's probably a lot less than that as well. So yeah, it's an easy. I'm pretty sure anyone can pull this off without too much micro. It's not micro intensive. See, even with Stalkers, they're just getting munched up by the Void Rays because we've got enough on a map to finish the game. So you can literally just have one person do that, and then the other 2, you can go for a Zealot rush from a bit further away perhaps, and just chrono bruise out Zealots and or Stalkers, so you can get the units out, attacking unit out sooner and actually start destroying them straight away, or tech up Void Ray and just steamroll the enemies. As you can see, the workers are still getting confused by the cannons up on the high ground, because this map is just, it confuses the hell out of the AI. And I think if we went for the 3-way pylon exploit on this map, we tried it and we actually failed, because if one of us built a pylon down here, all the workers would go after all of us at the same time, even though I think Chihuahua had pylon up on the ledge, but because I built one on the low ground, they just went straight for his pylon as well on this side. So destroy his pylon, he couldn't finish his cannon rush. So we decided to actually opt for this approach instead, and as you can see, it's working quite easily, peacefully. So yeah, I hope this is useful to other people. If it's not, you know, it's just a video for my entertainment. But yeah, I hope you find this useful and actually be able to do some achievements like the insane streak, or I don't know if there's like coverage, insane coverage, but yeah, I don't know how, not coverage, I meant insane stomp. What I meant to say is with insane coverage, obviously with free Protoss you can't do it, but I know you can do it with Link Rush as well, so you can destroy an AI with Link Rush. Probably a bit harder on this map, but on this map, basically, as long as you have one Protoss player, you can just exploit the crap out of the AI, and then just have 2 people attack up. So just react to how you find this built, and you know, if you've got any feedback about the exploit itself, let me know. If you've got a feedback about the casting itself, because I think the sound quality is going to be quite poor. But it's my first webcast. That's my excuse. I'm hoping I'm going to do more in the future, depending on what the reactions are. So I'll hopefully see you in the future then. Good luck.